My name is Monday Eze. I write for the Nigerian Voice. I want to thank Your Excellency for the presentations we've made here. Certainly, you have been in office today for 1,092 days. And I'm doing a project that involves project enumeration in Ebonyi State. And I know that on the average, you have one project for 1 day for the time you have been in office. This is commendable. I want to say that your projects have benefited Ebonyi people so much, but it is also affecting us. If we go out from Ebonyi to some neighboring states and to some other states, we find it difficult to stay there. And when our guests come from that place, they find it difficult to leave us. So I ask, I know that you have a very warm relationship with the president of this country, and I know the Forum of Nigerian Governors still exists. What has gone? What is happening to peer review mechanism that people were doing? Because I think that if it has stopped, I would suggest that you introduce it to Mr. President so that there could be peer review for other governors to do comparative analysis and probably make Nigeria a whole developed place. Thank you.
Good evening, Your Excellency. I also want to greet Her Excellency, the wife of the governor. My name is Tony Douglas. I represent AIT, that's Africa Independent Television. My question is simple. While you were talking, you mentioned very important thing about minerals. And we know that about minerals in the state, solid minerals. And you also mentioned limestone, which of course is at Nkalago. Nkalago is in Ebonyi State. And you mentioned two companies. One is Ibeto and the other Lafarge. I want to know how much help is this administration in Ebonyi State giving to these two companies? We know the story of cement in this country. I want to know how much of help you are giving out to them. And for the fact that you're close to the president, with all the talks about strength behind cement producers and all that, can you please let us know how much help you are giving to these two companies you mentioned in trying to make cement available to people in the South, Southeast, and so on? I also want to thank you so much for saying that there are other minerals in this place, because I want to know that the IGR of this state can indeed be improved upon if you focus so much on, solid minerals. Because much talk about oil and all that, but there's so many other things that can bring money to this country, especially a state like Ebonyi State, where you have solid minerals. I want to know how much effort you can put into that. Thank you very much, sir.
Your Excellency, my name is Benjamin Nwore. I represent these day newspapers. First of all, Your Excellency, let me remind you that on the course of your presentation, you did not remember to add that you've promised to complete Eguho Bridge. Then my question is this.
Come back, I didn't hear you well.
That on the course of your presentation, you did not also remember to add that you've promised to complete Eguho Unity Bridge. I'm just reminding you. Eguho Unity Bridge. I'm just reminding you, sir. Yeah. Then my question is this. You talked about your relationship with the president. And I know that before now, you had already said that in 2019, that Ebonyi will negotiate the presidency. And I know that there is relative peace in PDP now, and you can see how the APC is, crisis everywhere. I wouldn't know whether you are still committed to negotiating the presidency in 2019. Yes, my second question is this. Before now, You've been going about endorsing some members of the National Assembly and State House of Assembly that they will go back. Only on Monday, last Monday, initial local government, you have reduced your support to the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. My question is this. Even at that, how would you reconcile that with the position of the national chairman of the party who said there won't be a sacred cow? Thank you, sir.
Okay, let me take this first. Monday, thank you very much for your question on the peer review mechanism, and thanks for your commendation on our modest achievements. The peer review mechanism is still on and it is ongoing. The mushroom I expanded is the idea I got by visiting the Abia state governor. It was there I stole the technology and he gave me people to come and establish it. And he also saw the concrete, the flyover we are doing, and he has also started the flyover in that place, and so with many other governors. So it's still ongoing. And I can also assure you that a lot of states, like Delta, he called me and we discussed. He has started concrete road. The River State governor has also started concrete road. Ogun is already on it. And so the peer review mechanism is on. And I want to commend openly the chairman of Governors Forum, the governor of Zamfara State. He's a reborn leader and he's been able to bind the governors together. It has never happened in this country where governors has always, been this kind of, united, form. It's because of his leadership quality, and he emphasizes on this peer review mechanism. We also send our Director General, another very fantastic young man. And so he midwives this. So it is on and very important. Tori, thank you very much. What are we doing to assist Beto and Lafarge? The first is that the Niger Sem was, the road was the dust of the nation, not the salt of the nation. And so what we did, and you can see a section of the Niger Sem, was fully done in the 50s with concrete, and the concrete is still standing. So the 15.5 kilometer of that road is fully done. One, as they are bringing the equipment, it will be very easy for them to bring the equipment. Two, we have security to ensure that there's no encroachment. Three, the community is very much in their support, and the community relation with them is quite wonderful. On the Lafarge, yes, with the kind of community relation that we have displayed in about local government, they are very much encouraged, and a lot of things have been waived to enable them coming. And we're also constructing first 15 kilometers of concrete road, about 90% done. And we're extending it by another 15 kilometers to the ring road. So the moment Lafarge wants to come, the facilities are already there. And we further deepen our relationship with them. Now you said I have a relation with Mr. President. Yes, I had applied for Natural Resource Fund. That is the fund that is supposed to be used to develop this, do exploration, to determine the quality and quantities of these solid minerals. And Ebonyi State needs it. But when Mr. President was away, it entered into politics. Now that he's back, I'm going to reapply. If we get this fund, we'll be able to know the quantity and qualities of all these solid minerals. We are the best in the country. And this is this. And thank you because you have told us of IGR. In 2016, the total of IGR was 2.3 billion. If you see the ladder, it was definitely at the last, of all the states. So we are working very hard. Even though we're having a lot of challenges, in this state, every day you see 100 trucks of 30 tons, 100 trucks times 30 tons, leaving the state in the night. And so sometimes we have conflict with the federal government, solid mineral, and they say, look, it is their right. I say, yes, but they should fly in the air. The land is ours. So we'll be fighting them to ensure that we have, something left for our children. This is very important. I will say that anybody that is coming to do exploration in Ebonyi State, even if you like have international license, you must let Ebonyi people know what is in there for our children. This is very important. So we are doing that. Ben Wode, thank you. We mentioned bridges. We didn't call our own unity bridges because we are already united. Ben, you misunderstood me. What I have said to the House of Assembly and only House of Assembly, I'm not party leadership. My job is to face governance. But I have this House of Assembly people, the best in the country, working with me. And I've said, yes, a lot of people want their jobs, but they don't really understand what is in the job. You know, no House of Assembly will come and tell you, I will do this or that. All the modest achievements have been achieved with them. Everything we are spending is appropriated by them. And so we look at it as a joint, project. And so for those that want to take their jobs, what I have said is that they shouldn't take my support for granted. They should be popular in their play because our tickets are tied together. So apart from Speaker and Deputy Speaker, of course, you must respect them. Others should be able to organize rallies. Let those that want their jobs also organize rallies. We go around and see who is more popular, and we take it from there. But by and large, the primaries of PDP in Ebonyi State must be free and fair. Free and fair. And let me also emphasize something that I left when I was talking about corruption. There are certain aspects of our fight against corruption that I frown very highly against. Oppression and victimization should not be allowed in our country. For example, if some people were caught in a bank during the last election and they were told, you have 100 million from the party chairman, come and collect. And the person innocently went and collected that 100 million and used it the way the party leadership directed him to use it. And today it was discovered that that money is said to be money from the arms money. Nobody has been able to come out and tell us what happened to the launching that PDP did. Where is the money? And so somebody innocently collected money because the party chairman said, go to this bank and collect. And you now say, look, this money is arms money. And the man says, okay, I didn't know. Let me return the money. You say, no, you must prosecute the person. That is injustice. That is injustice. Because we must fear God in this country. Nobody has ever been given money and he asks, where is the money coming from? It's very important for us to fear God in whatever thing we are doing. Because power is transient. And what a man soweth, he will reap. Some of the people that looted the funds of Nigeria are being hunted today. Yesterday, they were the ones hunting others. So let us know that our lives are in the hands of God. And the affairs of man are determined by God and God alone.